Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Frankenstein. It's a movie starring Aaron Eckhart, Jai Courtney, and Eowyn from Lord of the Rings. As always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. To start off with, the furry. I personally count the gargoyles, especially in their gargoyle form, as a form of furry. Watch the movie and let me know what you think if you would count them as furry. But from there, I'm going to move on to the good and the bad. One of the best things about this movie is that it has Bill Nye in it, and Bill Nye is always a win. It does also have the chick from Girl Next Door. She plays like a super scientist, and I found her quite believable in this movie. Then again, I also found Denise Richards from The World Is Not Enough as a believable nuclear scientist. Maybe I'm not the best judge of hot female super scientists, but I found them both very believable. So, moving on to the story with this film. It's an action movie. I like that they didn't spend a whole lot of time, or like a whole 2-hour movie, talking about and showing you how Frankenstein's creature was created. It was just like, under 5 minutes, they're like, yep, he's here, okay, we're good, moving on, yep, good, move. I like that. And that's kind of how this whole movie is that it's an action-packed movie. There's enough dialogue and enough character inspiration to drive the story and to make you care about the characters, but it is a lot of action sequences, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And I also want to give props to the filmmakers, because there was not a single scene in this whole movie where I was like, oh, that CGI doesn't look realistic, or that fighting thing didn't look good, or whatever. Because every single scene in this movie, CGI and without CGI, looked very realistic and awesome. And they had a lot of slow-mo in this. I'm a fan of slow-mo. I did not think they overused it. I think they used just the right amount, and they just had some amazing sequences. Like when individual vampires die, like the demons die, and they like go down into the earth, and just that fire sequence, as well as the angels and how they have their transformation to and from their gargoyle form, and even Aaron Eckhart's character, like the style of fighting that he chose. I thought all that looked unique and interesting, and at no point did it look fake. And then I looked up the budget of this film, and I am just that much more impressed, because they were able to accomplish all of that with a budget that would not lead you to believe they would be able to accomplish that. So props to all of them for being able to pull that off. So, getting into the bad, I will say that there was a couple of times where it felt like they might have cut out a scene or a sequence, because Aaron Eckhart's character seemed suddenly and unnecessarily sweaty. Like from one to the next, it was just kind of like, why is he suddenly so sweaty? I don't understand. And then Jai Courtney's character didn't really seem to make sense with himself sometimes. So there's that. But other than that, it was a very fun movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think that if you're a super fan of action movies, you're going to have a good time with this one. Otherwise, you can just have it on in the background, because it's a fun movie, and I hope you watch it. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and thanks for coming. Bye.